Hello, boys and girls. It's me again, your teacher, Mr. Agee, and this is the lesson for April 10th, Friday. It's the second lesson in your home learning packet. So for today, the expectation is that you continue on with your study of determining the central idea, and you will be completing the reading on page 17, answering some questions about that reading, and then doing a little writing response to the text that you read. Now, today's text is a folktale. And as you can see here, I've got a little graphic that kind of helps you understand what folktales are. They are based on traditions and beliefs of people. They usually teach some kind of lesson, and they often use animal characters to symbolize or represent a human quality. So that middle bullet there, they usually teach a lesson. That is typically considered the central message of a folktale. And what your job is today is to read the folktale Sharing the Crops and determine what is that central message. So what is that lesson that you're trying to learn or that it's trying to teach you? To demonstrate the idea of folktales and determining the central message, I have found a Mexican folktale called Cuckoo that I'd like to share with you. And I'm working to master a new app where I can do all this from my computer and switch seamlessly from screen to me to other documents. And I think that I'm on my way to mastering it, but right now the videos are taking way too long to upload, so we're just going to have to do it this way for today. And that's okay. So here we have Cuckoo, a Mexican folktale, and it is half of the text is written in English and half of the text is written in Spanish. See if you can follow along, and remember we're trying to determine what is the central message of this folktale.
Cuckoo, a Mexican folktale by Lois Elhart. Cuckoo was beautiful. Trouble was, she knew it. Cuckoo era bellísima. El problema era que ella lo sabía. Cuckoo's pretty, cawed one parrot. Pretty lazy, said the others. Never helps us collect seeds. She's stuck on herself. All day long, Cuckoo flew and sang, Cuckoo, cuckoo, pretty, sweet, sweet, sweet. Flowers opened to her lovely song. Roosters nearby stopped crowing. Dogs forgot to bark. But even the sweetest song, La canción más dulce, can turn sour. Shoo, cuckoo, we're tired of you, and you're singing too, cooed the doves. Cuckoo, stop singing and go to sleep, hooted Owl. He was the bird boss, el jefe de los pájaros. Early tomorrow, we start our seed collecting. Each year, after the field plants dried, the birds collected beans and corn and pepper, squash, and tomato seeds and dropped them onto Mole's hill. Those seeds would be planted later to grow food for another season. The birds, los pájaros, fell asleep dreaming of seeds. Even Owl was napping. Cuckoo soon got bored of singing to herself. As she dipped down to her branch, something red flickered through the trees. ¿Qué es esto? What's that? She muttered. Some flashy new bird? Better chase it away. Pero no era un pájaro. But it wasn't a bird. It was a field fire. Mole was out, and he had smelled the smoke. As Cuckoo flew from the woods, Mole shouted, "Can you save the seeds?" Pointing to his tunnel, he said, "You can drop them in here." There was no time to wake the other birds. Red flames were licking higher, higher, coming closer and closer. Más y más cerca. So Cuckoo began. It was a hot and scary job. Her rainbow feathers became scorched from the fire, her eyes flame red from smoke. From the fiery fields to the cool woods, Cuckoo flew, carrying seeds to Mole's tunnel all night long. At sunrise, Cuckoo dropped the last ear of corn down Mole's tunnel. Tired but happy, she started to sing. But "Cuckoo, cuckoo" was all that came out of her smoky throat. Los pájaros, the birds, woke up to Cuckoo's raspy cry. They gasped when they saw the blackened fields. The seeds were gone. No seeds left to plant meant no food for later. Then they saw a scorched bird circling above. "Eres tú, Cuckoo? Is that you, Cuckoo?" called the doves. The birds waited for Cuckoo to land. When she told them that the seeds were safe, they all clapped their wings. And they all agreed, in the end, you can't tell much about a bird by looking at its feathers.
So that last line that she said, you can't tell much about a bird by looking at its feathers, was kind of a statement of that central idea. But if you boil it down and you think about it a little bit more, you might find that you can change that lesson to something that expands to all people. And I kind of wrote it out like this, that people may like you at first because of your good looks, but if they find out that you're lazy and selfish, they will no longer like you. And that it is important to work hard and not be selfish to win the respect of others in your community. So that was just a basic rundown of how do we determine the central idea in a folktale, using details from the story. And I wish you good luck and happiness on this day. And I'm going to sign off for now. Miss you and I love you.